You were told that Notion's the solution to everything, but you were sold a lie. On the surface, Notion looks like the all-in-one answer to run everything in your business. You have to-do lists, project management, CRMs, databases, team wikis, notes, and now even calendar and email.
Hold on. This is so messed up, Andra.
Come play with us, Alex.
Okay, we're gonna come back to the last two because Notion is not telling you the full story here.
I go on YouTube, I go on TikTok. There are thousands and thousands of tutorials of people explaining how to use Notion without going crazy.
After pouring hours into creating the perfect Notion system, the more it feels like you can't leave. And then again, why would you want to leave? Because Notion is awesome, right?
You know what I mean? Have you ever organized something to perfection because it gave you something productive to do, but then when it was all said and done, it was not actually functional in the way that you need it to be so that you feel like you can keep up with it all?
Yeah, we need to talk. There are whole videos about the psychology behind Notion and why it feels so addictive.
This is kind of overkill. I also have an extra desk next to me that has a treadmill underneath it.
This tool has tapped into a deep insecurity about our productivity, and it's marketed itself as the solution.
Notion.
But in reality, this app has overreached way beyond what it's actually good at.
Notion definitely lied to you.
We're going to cover every single thing that Notion is surprisingly bad at and what software you should use instead. But first, let's start with what Notion actually does really well, and it's the thing that probably drew you to it in the first place. It's Notion's ability to organize everything in one place. You can capture notes, ideas, processes, and project plans all in a shared space that your team can access and add to. It's way better than something like Google Docs because it does give you more structure. For example, you have pages, subpages, and you also have databases. So if you're using Notion for a team wiki or a knowledge base, Notion is perfect for that. However, does that mean that we recommend it? No. Don't get crazy now. Because Notion doesn't want you to just use it as a team wiki or for notes. They want you to use it for everything.
This Notion software is made from Lego pieces that people can tinker and modify.
There was just one problem.
It keeps falling apart.
It's nearly impossible not to get tempted to start building other features and dashboards as you go. So we actually recommend Slite. It's what we use ourselves because all they're trying to be is a great knowledge base, which keeps our team from getting sidetracked. So now let's talk about the 5 things you should absolutely not be using Notion for, starting with expense management. Alex and I saw a video of Thomas Frank doing this, and we had to literally pick up our jaw off the floor.
Hi there. My name's Thomas Frank, and my hobbies include fiscal responsibility and also, which is why I have built an entire recurring expense tracker in Notion that I'm going to teach you how to build today. Now, if I go into this, we can actually see this is a formula.
Why on earth would someone willingly choose to build an expense management tool when there are free alternatives out there?
Pretty sure if Thomas Frank saw this, he'd have a stroke.
We're not enemies. Don't post that anywhere. Actual expense management tools give you unlimited virtual cards that you can put on file with different vendors. You set budgets for those cards, forward your receipts, and your transactions are automatically reconciled within your accounting software. And you can even pull out a bunch of spending insights. And did I mention that this is all automated? Automated. Bill Spend and Expense is the expense management tool we use here in the US. And if you're outside of the US, you want to take a look at something like Airwallex. They make money on the interchange when you make a purchase, so the software is completely free for you to use. Well, actually, I lied. It's better than free because you get cashback rewards for using these cards, somewhere between 1 and 1.5%. So consider yourself paid to not use Notion for this purpose.
Everybody, I'm in love with Bill. It's a financial platform.
Plus, you get to save dozens of hours by not building an expense management tool or manually entering in every purchase into Notion. This is just a really bad idea for any business owner. So next, let's talk about using Notion for task and project management and why it's a horrible idea. And heads up, downloading a pre-made project management Notion template is not the solution here either. In doing research for this video, we reviewed dozens of ways that people were using Notion for project management, and we found that everyone had their own little twist on it. And of course, because there is no golden rule when it comes to using Notion for project management, they just give you a blank slate and building blocks. But that's where the problem lies. By expecting you to put everything together, you need to now understand exactly how the infrastructure of Notion is set up. For example, what are databases and how do they relate to one another? How does the hierarchy of information like parent-child relationships function? What are the strengths and weaknesses of each custom fields, and how will they impact the type of reporting that you'll one day want to get out of Notion? What kind of automations are possible? And onwards and onwards and onwards. YouTubers will spend hours trying to convince you that this stuff is not complicated. Insert Jeff Sue.
Clicking into a milestone, and this is level 3, I see only tasks attached to this specific milestone here on the right, and adding a task here automatically links this task to this specific milestone. Don't worry, it's actually simpler than it seems.
But it is complicated. And that's why using a Notion template is not the solution either. The templates that you see here on YouTube are sold by creators, not professional engineers who actually understand how database infrastructure works, nor are they product people. So even with the best Notion template, you're not getting the best tool. You're just getting a tool. But they've built it specifically for their needs, not yours.
I wish we had a Notion template for your hair.
I think I'm dying. But let's just say you do end up learning the system of Notion and you spend 40, 60, 100 hours building out your perfect system. The reality is your business productivity is still at 0. All you've had is perceived productivity. But because of the IKEA effect, where you'll psychologically place a higher value on something that you've partially created yourself, it feels like you've made progress.
And this is exactly what happens with Notion. You spend hours building your perfect template, the ultra-optimized database to track your to-dos, your notes, every aspect of your life. And since you built it with your own hands, you attribute an exponentially higher value to it. And this actually makes you unproductive?
So let's compare this experience with a purpose-built solution. There are a ton of task and project management tools that have entire dedicated teams working on them. They have already thought through the features that a business needs for scale, like version control, activity tracking, milestones, task dependencies, workload capacity planning, daily planning, automations, and more. Just think about it. These feature decisions are made by entire teams, built over the course of years, all working together on the sole focus of making the best project management tool. All of that versus the Notion database that you painstakingly set up over a couple of weekends.
So I'm starting in Notion, which I'm showing you here on my fancy display. I love how Notion makes it really simple.
5 billion years later.
Our recommended project management tool is perfect for small to medium-sized teams because their onboarding and software is incredibly well-structured. And that tool is Motion. It can auto-schedule tasks and even entire projects on your calendar and your team's calendar, all with a few clicks. It will even warn you if you're not able to hit a deadline, and if you change that deadline for the project, it will automatically update every task deadline for your entire team. When you start using Motion, you have the freedom and the flexibility that you're craving, but you're guided on setting up your workspaces, mapping out your processes, using their workflow templates, and adding in custom fields for the data that's most important to you. And just like that, you can actually get to work. It's mind-blowing. And notice how I didn't have to once mention the word databases when explaining to you how to use Motion. Very mindful, very respectful, and very demure.
But with the drama ensuing over who was ultimately the most mindful, and the question now remains as to who may be the most demure after all.
The third area you should absolutely not be using Notion for is your CRM. Notion lacks fundamental features that actually make a CRM, well, a good CRM. A good CRM does a few things. First, it acts as a contact book. Secondly, it ingests all of your communication into one central hub. It also lets you track interactions like phone calls and add notes to your different contact records. And finally, it gives you actionable insights like when you need to contact somebody because X amount of time has passed since you last spoke with them. Notion, on the other hand, lacks the last few features entirely. Notion does not ingest your emails automatically. Therefore, you're not going to know when you last interacted with someone. And you also miss out on important information, like if a lead is hot or warm based on how many times they've opened up your emails. And please, I don't want anybody in the comments saying you can build an integration with this. I see you. That is not scalable if you actually are running a business with a team. I'm just going to channel the person I just argued with on Reddit.
Respect my authority!
Just take a look at Folk, for example, which is a super simple CRM that we recommend to anybody that's even remotely considering using Notion. You and your team can easily adopt Folk in an afternoon. It's super simple to set up and use. It comes with this handy Chrome extension. So with one button, you can click to add contacts to your CRM from LinkedIn, for example. And once you're inside Folk, it will track your email threads and you can add notes and even use it to send emails. But we still have not covered the worst of it, because so far, all of these features are simply not as good as the alternative solutions that are out there. But now we come to Notion Calendar and Notion Mail. These massive additions to the software are not only bad alternatives, but Notion has not been entirely honest with you about what the software actually is. Alex, do you want to take this one?
Yes. Thank you. So there's been a lot of buzz about Notion Calendar and Notion Mail, but what if I told you that Notion didn't actually build either of them? Notion users had been asking for a calendar app for a while, so in 2022, Notion went out and acquired Cron. It was a minimal and modern calendar app. Because they're separate tools, this actually made a lot of Notion users frustrated because they wanted an all-in-one app. That is what Notion is.
Sounds great on paper, right? The problem is that they're not the best note-taking app, they're not the best database app, they're not the best calendar app, journaling app. I would maybe be okay with this if they at least had the ability to embed Notion Calendar into the Notion app, but they don't.
So to try to make it an all-in-one tool, Notion started allowing you to be able to embed Cron, Notion Calendar, into the homepage of your Notion environment. But the problem is it doesn't work on the Notion desktop app. It only works on the browser, Chromium-based browsers. So it's not that Notion Calendar is bad. Cron wasn't bad. It's just that it's just a calendar. And by adding these Notion database items, they're trying to make it a daily planner. It's not a daily planner. It's a workaround. And people are noticing.
What are we going to do with Cron? You know, Notion's got this amazing app as it is. What are we going to do with Cron? We're going to reskin it 2 years later and act like it's a big deal.
So if you're a business owner that is looking for a daily planner, you're better off just using a daily planner. And there's so many great alternatives out there. For example, Motion, which we talked about earlier, has full project management and calendar at the core. And they've built deep AI auto scheduling. So if you don't get to your tasks for the day, it will automatically shift those forward. For Notion to do something like this, it's impossible unless they totally rebuilt it from the ground up and actually truly made calendar at the core of Notion. It's not going to happen. Or if you want something without the AI, Sunsama is a great daily planner alternative that actually integrates with Notion as well, but it was built for project management. So if you want your Notion database tasks to show up on your calendar, you're better off using Sunsama than Notion Calendar. Oh, and then at the Make with Notion Summit, don't even get me started on this, they announced Notion Mail.
Not beautiful. It's definitely not creative. Definitely not creative. I'm proud to introduce the newest Notion product, Notion Mail.
For hardcore Notion users, I'm sure this was super exciting, but once again, there's a lot more to the story. The reality is, Notion acquired Skiff, which is a privacy-focused email client. They killed off the one feature that made Skiff Skiff, the privacy features. Gone. Who did that upset? About 2 million people. You see, everyone that was using Skiff was using it because of the end-to-end encrypted emails, calendar events, and documents. And what did Notion do? They killed off end-to-end encryption and went and integrated it with Gmail and Google Workspace. I don't know if you know about them, but they're kind of the complete opposite of privacy-focused. I feel bad because I'm like, I actually like Google. Like, this isn't shade at Google. This is just shade at the people that were using Skiff that now are being let down by Notion because Notion missed the plot. They lost the plot. Notion gave Skiff users a whopping 12 months heads up to find a new privacy-focused email client, migrate all of their data off of them. Good luck. Not to mention, from what we've seen, Notion Mal is actually quite confusing to use because, of course, Notion is trying to integrate their databases into it. At the end of the day, there are much better alternatives than Notion Mal. Don't fall for the trap. Take Superhuman, for example. So we've been using it for the past 5 to 6 years, and it was an email client that was built specifically for professionals. With Superhuman, I don't dread email. I get a lot of it, and it just helps me get through it quicker. If you want to get through your inbox faster, use Superhuman. If you want to figure out how Notion is again reinventing Mal because they're integrating databases into a tool that they didn't even build themselves, you can give Notion Mal a shot, but only if you're using Google, because if you're using Outlook, that's not supported yet. So before you give Notion more of your time, consider for a second, Notion is a VC-backed business, and they've done a really good job at growing their market share, not necessarily building the best product for their users. They tell a very compelling story. Don't believe us? Okay, the founder of Notion himself, in an interview with Forbes, was saying that people do not want to build software. So what do? They're sugarcoating the broccoli.
Most people don't want to create software. Nobody wake up tomorrow and say, hey, I want to create my own project management tool. People want to solve the problem in front of them. Use the off-the-shelf software. Maybe tinker that a little bit down the road. So we have to disguise Notion as a general purpose productivity software, almost sugarcoat the broccoli a little bit.
Millions of users are starting to wake up to the fact that Notion isn't the answer to productivity. It's all an illusion.
Look, Dad! Now I can build everything!
Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline.
But if you want to learn about one tool that actually makes our business significantly more productive and how it helps us get our tasks done faster, check out this video where we're going to talk through its most powerful features.